reaching 27 million people as the audience of the Excellence in Broadcasting Network continues to expand, growing by leaps and bounds. A testament to not only the host of the program, but a testament to you, the audience who make it possible. Great to have you with us. As always, the telephone number is 800-282-2882. So I get this note, hey, Rush, it's not the Russia thing. That's been debunked. It's now just the Get Trump thing. Well, now, the Russia thing has not been debunked. It may be to you and me. Remember last week, ladies and gentlemen, I shared with you this epic piece in The Nation magazine. It was written by Patrick Lawrence, he's a leftist, and I guarantee you're reading this thing just itself as a chore, just by virtue of the way the man uses the English language. But he hired an investigative team of forensics to actually look at all of the evidence, the Democrat National Committee server, a number of things. Well, the Nation didn't do it. They're just reporting on it. But the group that was hired to look at it. And the short version of this is they haven't found any evidence of a hack at all. What they found is evidence of a leak. And then there were four people that make up a group called VIPs, V-I-P-S. They are ultra-left-wing members of the CIA and the NSA. I mean, they are really fringe leftists. And as I mentioned, the CIA from its founding days has had pro-communists in it. Back in the early 40s, the early World War II days, back then Marxism was believed to triumph. The people, even on our side, thought that ultimately it was going to triumph. And the CIA attracted people of all political stripes. And there were some Marxists in there. And these guys are derivatives of that era. And even they are confirming what has been found. Now, what they're interested in is exculpating Russia. Because Russia used to be the Soviet Union, which used to be communist, and they're longing for the good old days. Putin's Russia is more like a crime family with Putin as the big Don. But there is this dream that even Putin has that one day the old Soviet Union will be reassembled and the expansion of Marxism around the world will continue and so forth. So they're not interested in exculpating Trump, but they can't do one without the other. They can't exculpate Russia without exculpating Trump. And they've looked through this, and it's long and documented. They can't find any evidence of a hack. What they find is evidence of documentation and data being leaked. And they even got to the point of examining the speed, the data speed of transfers. And they found Russian language template documents in Microsoft Word format, where a document simply would need to be plugged into it, copied and pasted, an English document, copied and pasted. It would automatically become a Russian language document. That template was set up. Not hard to do, by the way. Nothing nefarious about that. It's just that they found this. And they found data speeds that would only be possible if you're transferring from a hard drive, say, to a thumb drive, or transfer speeds from drive to drive, but not over the Internet, things that would have to have been leaked. And they found no evidence that any of this data ever left the Eastern time zone. They've examined the metadata of the metadata. You know, metadata is simply an examination of other data. The metadata on a phone, on a picture on your phone, you know what that is? The metadata of a photo on your phone will have the timestamp, and it'll have the location, and it'll have the kind of camera. It'll have the f-stop. It'll have the exposure. That's the metadata. And you can change that. If you know what you're doing, you go in and you can alter the location. Even Apple allows you to on the Mac. You can change the location. You can't change the real location. You can change the display location. If you want, let's say a picture did not snap with an actual, you had location services turned off, but you know the picture is at your home. So you can go in and you can say home for search purposes. Show me all pictures at home. So you tag the pictures having been taken at home. The GPS data where the photo was actually taken is there, and that cannot be changed. That can't be scrubbed. That's why people want your phone. if they are investigating you because, well, anyway, all this is metadata. And they looked at all of this, and they found that none of these documents ever left the Eastern time zone at any time. You might be saying, well, they could have transferred the documents to the Russian. Nope, it didn't happen. Anyway, the mainstream media, there's only been one story chronicling this nation story. Two, but it has not become mainstream. So it's to you and me. I've never believed the Russian story. I've never believed the Russians colluded with. I thought it was bogus from the get-go. I never did believe it because I know the history of it. And I certainly never believed the Russians had anything to do with the election. Nothing. They couldn't have. There was no way to tamper with the votes, and that's what an election is. You know what's fascinating to me is how many people on our side, I mean conservatives, who still, if it's in the New York Times, it's largely in their minds going to be true. Whereas to me, if it's in the New York Times, it's immediately suspect. Just a personal observation. It just still astounds me that there are so many on our side who still think there might be something to Trump and Russia colluding. And to me, it never happened. So, to you and me, maybe the Russia thing is bombed out, but the Russia thing was only an element of Get Trump. And the Get Trump effort isn't ever going to stop. It's just going to transform. The Get Trump effort right now, the Mueller investigation's about getting Trump. But it has been thoroughly swamped by the story from Charlottesville over the weekend, which has become the new latest and greatest Get Trump. So whatever it is, it's all oriented toward getting Trump. And it's always going to be with us. It's never, ever going to end.